Wait, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet just stepped out together, and the internet is losing its collective mind. These two Hollywood heavyweights, who've been playing peek-boo with the paparazzi for months, finally gave us what we've been begging for, a matching leather jacket moment that's equal parts casual and completely calculated. But here's the twist. They still didn't walk the red carpet together. So what's really going on with Hollywood's most confusing couple? Buckle up, because we're about to dissect every single detail of the strategic date night. And trust me, there's way more to the story than meets the eye. Before we dive into this fashion-forward mystery, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss the celebrity tea we're serving hot. Listen, when Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet decide to grace us with a public appearance, it's not just a date night. It's a carefully orchestrated performance, and honey, they showed up to work. Monday evening at Lincoln Center's Alice Tully Hall wasn't just another celebrity sighting. This was their first joint appearance since August, and let me tell you, they made it count. But here's where it gets interesting. For a couple that's been dating for well over a year now, they're still playing the whole we're together but also not together game. No red carpet stroll hand in hand. No coordinated Instagram stories. Just good old-fashioned paparazzi shots that somehow always manage to catch them at the perfect angle. Coincidence? I think not. Let's talk about these matching leather bomber jackets for a second, because this is where the genius really comes through. When two A-listers show up wearing complementary outfits, that's not an accident. That's a text message conversation that probably went something like, "Hey, what are you wearing tonight? Cool, I'll match your vibe." This is couple coordination at its finest, the kind of subtle twinning that says, we're definitely together, but we're also way too cool to be obvious about it. It's the fashion equivalent of that couple who says they're not really dating, but somehow ends up at every party together. We see you and we're taking notes. Now, Kylie's outfit deserves its own standing ovation because this woman knows how to work a look. She rocked a fitted leather jacket that industry insiders are speculating might be from Key, her own fashion label, which would be the most boss move ever. Imagine using your date night as a walking billboard for your brand. That's not just style, that's strategic marketing wrapped in Italian leather. She paired it with a crop top that showed just enough skin to remind everyone she invented the Kardashian-Jenner aesthetic. Low-rise trousers that brought back early 2000s nostalgia with a vengeance, and accessories that all followed the all-black memo like her life depended on it. This is monochrome dressing at its absolute peak, people. When you're a billionaire beauty mogul, you don't do color, you do impact. But hold on, because the accessories are where things get really spicy. Instead of the Mio solitaire bag she was spotted with at the Spring 2026 show. Yes, Spring 2026. Because apparently fashion operates in a time warp where we're already dressing for next year. Kylie switched things up with a matched shoulder bag that she carried as a clutch. This is peak rich person behavior. Taking a perfectly good shoulder bag and just refusing to use it as intended. It's like buying a sports car and only driving it to the grocery store. The power move is real, and we're here for it. And then we get to the shoes. Oh, the shoes. Kylie stepped out in the rose bear sandals. Those kitten heels have become the unofficial uniform of Hollywood's fashion elite. We're talking about the same shoes that Kendall Jenner, Dakota Fanning, and Jennifer Lawrence have been photographed in, which basically makes them the sisterhood of the traveling pants, but for footwear. These sandals are surprisingly summery, especially when you consider that Kylie was also wearing what appears to be a puffer coat situation. Let that sink in for a second. Summery kitten heels with a puffer coat. This is either next-level fashion innovation or proof that celebrities live in a completely different climate system than the rest of us. Probably both, honestly. Here's what's fascinating about this whole appearance, though. The contrast between the warm leather jacket vibes and those breezy sandals tells us everything we need to know about celebrity styling in today's world. It's not about making sense anymore. It's about creating a moment, about mixing textures and seasons and vibes until you've got something that's so confusing it circles back around to genius. And you know what? It works. Because here we are, talking about it, analyzing it, probably Googling where to buy those exact sandals, even though they probably cost more than most people's rent. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say, the absent red carpet moment. Kylie and Timothée showed up to the same event, wore coordinating outfits, and still managed to avoid that official couple photo op. This is playing hard to get on an Olympic level. They're giving us just enough to keep us interested, but not so much that we feel satisfied. It's the romantic equivalent of leaving someone on read for exactly the right amount of time, long enough to create intrigue, but not so long that they lose interest completely. And honestly, it's working like a charm. The internet has been in a frenzy trying to decode what this relationship actually is. And by keeping things mysterious, they're ensuring that every single appearance becomes headline news. Think about it. If they went full-on matching outfits, red carpet poses, and Instagram official status, we'd all say, "Ah, cute," and move on with our lives within 48 hours. But this calculated game of relationship peekaboo keeps them relevant, keeps us guessing, and keeps their names trending on every social media platform known to humanity. It's relationship PR at its absolute finest, and whether it's intentional or not. And let's be real with the Kardashian-Jenner, it's always intentional. It's pure genius. Let's also talk about what this pairing represents in the larger Hollywood ecosystem. On one hand, you got Kylie Jenner, the youngest self-made billionaire, according to some very controversial Forbes articles, reality TV royalty, beauty mogul, and social media queen with hundreds of millions of followers hanging on her every post. On the other hand, you've got Timothée Chalamet, the indie darling turned mainstream heartthrob, critical darling, Oscar nominee, and the internet's collective boyfriend. These two exist in completely different Hollywood spheres. She's the epitome of influencer culture and built-from-scratch celebrity, while his old-school prestigious acting credentials meets Gen Z appeal. The fact that they're together is like watching two different TV shows have a crossover episode, and we're all tuning in to see how this unlikely plot twist unfolds. The matching leather jackets are more than just a fashion statement. They're a symbol of two worlds colliding. They're saying, yeah, we're different, but we can make it work, and we're going to look absolutely killer doing it. It's the ultimate power couple move, showing unity while maintaining their individual identities. Kylie gets to promote her brand and showcase her impeccable style credentials. Timothée gets to prove he's not just about vintage tees and quirky indie vibes. And together they create this magnetic force field of celebrity intrigue that none of us can look away from. And can we appreciate for a moment how this relationship has evolved? When rumors first started swirling about these two, the internet collectively lost its mind. The memes were endless, the confusion was palpable, and everyone had an opinion. But here's the thing. They've somehow made it work for over a year now, navigating the absolute circus that is public scrutiny while keeping most of the details private. That takes skill, coordination, and probably a really good PR team. They're giving us just enough breadcrumbs to follow while keeping the good stuff locked away. And honestly, that's probably the only way a relationship can survive in today's hyper-connected, oversharing, nothing is sacred digital landscape. But let's get real for a second about what Monday night's appearance actually means for their relationship trajectory. After months of radio silence, at least publicly, they decided that now is the time to remind everyone that yes, they're still very much a thing. The timing is interesting, don't you think? Hollywood operates on cycles, and strategic public appearances are never just about grabbing dinner. They're about controlling the narrative, staying relevant, and reminding the world that you're still one of the most talked about couples in entertainment. Whether there's a project one of them needs to promote, or they're just sick of the breakup rumors, this appearance was a calculated chess move in a game of celebrity relevance. And speaking of relevance, let's talk about how these two managed to break the internet without even trying. Or rather, while making it look like they're not trying, which is the whole point. The casual nature of these paparazzi shots. Caught outside the venue, no formal poses, just two people existing in the same space. Feels authentic even though we all know it's probably been planned down to the last detail. That's the magic trick of modern celebrity culture. The most staged moments have to feel spontaneous. The most calculated appearances have to seem accidental. And the most strategic relationship moves have to look like pure, unfiltered love. It's exhausting just thinking about it, but they're playing the game like absolute professionals. Now here's where things get even more interesting. The fashion choices themselves are telling us a story. Leather jackets are inherently cool, inherently rebellious. Inherently, we don't care what you think. By both choosing leather, they're projecting this united front of effortless style and confidence. But the fact that they're complementary rather than identical shows that they're individuals who happen to vibe together. It's couple dressing 101, and they're executing it flawlessly. This is the kind of outfit coordination that makes other celebrity couples take notes and hire new stylists. Thanks so much for watching Celebrity Treadmill. Don't forget, we've got more celebrity content coming your way. So stick around.